Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. I want to tell you about my friend Melissa. She decided a couple of weeks ago to get a new car, and she was so excited when she showed it to me. She had a brand new Kia Niro hybrid. The car costs about $23,500, gets 50 miles per gallon, and it's just a really cool little crossover. But I'll tell you what, my friend Melissa's going to be really jealous of me this week, because I have a Kia Niro, but mine's the all-electric version. Let's go have a look at it. Well, the Kia Niro as it is a pretty handsome little compact crossover. Honestly, it's kind of just a tall hatchback, but we'll call it a crossover. The only thing that really differentiates the EV is really some of the front styling, the turquoise you see in the lower front fascia, the solid panel here, and of course the little door here in the front where you plug in. But coming on around the side of the car, again, just a small little crossover, looks handsome, 17-inch alloy wheels, a little bit of luggage rack up on top. But for me, it's just really just the right size car to drive in the city all the time. We'll show you the interior in a few minutes, but there's plenty of interior space. You can get two real people in the back seat of it. It's just a perfect size car to drive around. In the back, they kind of touched up the styling a little bit more. Some of the turquoise trim here. Again, just to give a little differentiation from the standard Niro. And one of the really nice things about the car is there's a lot of luggage space in the back. Again, I just have one bag in here. Plenty of space for that. You can put a lot more luggage in. Easy to flip the seats down. You can get a bicycle in there pretty much if you want to. Take the front wheel off. But all the space you really need to do your daily work. So welcome inside the Kia Niro EV. You know, compared to some of the other EVs on the market, it's not just as techy looking. It doesn't look as futuristic inside. But I think that's what a lot of people are really going to like about it. Is it has all the technology you need, but it just doesn't feel overwhelming. It just feels very easy to use and just very comfortable all the time. In the interior, again, just little trim differences. You know, the turquoise trim here to tell you it's an EV. The center console is quite a bit different than the standard Niro. You've got a dial here for drive and reverse and neutral for the electric drive system. That's all here. You press down for park. It's also got heated and ventilated seats for both the driver and the passenger. Heated steering wheel, that's here. You can change the drive modes. So in sport mode, it's a little peppier, a little more response to the throttle. And then in the efficient mode, or eco mode, it's a little more, it takes a little more effort to get to move, so you don't use as much electricity. But this all works out really well. I think it's very nice. Here's your wireless phone charger. Also power ports here, USBs if you want to go that route. Bluetooth, of course. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connectivity. So everything you need to connect your devices. This one does have navigation on it. So you've got all that, and the Harman Kardon audio system. Stereo sounds pretty good. Power sunroof as well. And then some of the safety gear that's on this. You got pretty much everything you need. You got adaptive cruise, you got forward collision alert and an auto brake system on it, lane keep assist, rear cross path detection, and it's got a lane following system too. So when you're got an adaptive cruise, hands lightly on the wheel, it'll follow the curves. You know, on the highway, it'll keep you within your lane and kind of follow the curves as you go around as well. So all in it, it's just, you know, it's really a very nicely laid out vehicle. I think it looks handsome. It's very comfortable, and like I said, the back seats, you know, enough space to get two real people back there and luggage behind it. So for the package and the size of this car, I think it's really nicely done. Well, the thing you really notice the most in an electric car is how smooth and quiet it is. Obviously, you don't have a gasoline engine running, but it's just so smooth. It's lots of torque. This one has almost twice as much horsepower as the regular hybrid. So 201 horsepower and 291 pound-feet of torque. So it's just plenty of power to get off the line. And there's no gear changes. It's a continuously variable motor. So it just revs up, takes off. It's a little bit like a high-powered golf cart. But this one's really quiet, so you don't really hear it revving or do anything crazy. It's just a little bit of engine whine and it just takes right off. Absolute delight. Kia claims 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds. I think that's plenty. And Kia also claims a 240-mile range, which is enough range. If you're mostly doing city driving, you're really not worrying about range. Driving to work and back, plugging in at home at night, or plugging in somewhere else, that's plenty. I've actually been seeing closer to 270 miles range. Again, almost all my driving's been in the city. Especially with an electric car, when you get on the highway, you know, a gas car, you get better efficiency on the highway. Electric car is kind of the opposite. You're using a lot more electricity to maintain speed on the highway. So let's talk about charging the car. They claim you can get about a 100-mile range in 30 minutes on a 480-volt commercial charger. And if you're going to buy one of these, you would have a special charger installed at home. You wouldn't just plug in at home. They claim you can get about 80% of your battery capacity back in 75 minutes. I plugged it in last night, and for me to get this totally charged on the household current would have been a couple of days. So you have to keep that in mind. But again, I wasn't driving enough that I couldn't overcome that, you know, in the evening, what I'd used up during the daytime. So it still works. But again, if you're going to buy this car, you're going to get the commercial charger going with it. But overall, it's just a delightful car to drive. I think it's just quiet, it's peaceful, it's the right size, it's been great in the city, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it this week. I definitely think my friend's going to be jealous when she sees this Kia Niro. It's just quieter, it's got twice the power, it's just smooth, you know, the 240-mile range, it's everything you'd want. And yet you give up nothing that she already likes in her Kia. You know, it's just got the nice footprint, looks handsome, easy to drive, lots of interior space. But one thing she might not be terribly jealous of is the price. Well, hers starts at about $23,500. This one, the EV, starts at about $38,500, and this one, fully equipped, $47,155. But, you know, for all the technology you get in this car, and you compare it to other EVs on the market of similar size, that's pretty competitive. Well, next week we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.